Ah, yes, the sweet sound of victory. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Grapple Chat. Today is Monday, of course. Monday, July the 23rd, 2018. I'm audible? Okay, I'm audible. Just making sure. My goodness, what a peaks and valleys, man. Raw, once again, peaks and valleys. I gotta say what's up to everybody who is joining me live. I do film these live. This is the first one I actually added live to the to the title, so hopefully people will get up in here and come and hear what I got to say and let us know what they got to say. It's just an all-together wrestling shambhala. It's a paradise. Got to say what's up to everybody who's in the live chat. I see Kid Phantom. I see KatanaPwnzAll. I see Second City Saint. I see Cameron. I see WWE Champ. I see Adam Bomb. I see Donks44. I see CB Gaming. The Phenomenal One is here. FinnishViking 1Z is here. Cringe Man is here. Maybe for the last time. He says he's gonna start schooling and he's never gonna watch Raw again. Also, I see the Mo. The Mo's in the house. One of the proud and awesome sponsors. Let's see. Am I missing? I'm sure I'm missing like a bunch of people. I apologize, guys. I think I said Kid Phantom. I'm gonna say his name again. Kid Phantom. Kid Phantom. It'll be like Gold Bond. Gold Bond. Gold Bond. Gold Bond. You get paid. Oh, and the Klaxosaur Princess is here. Gosh, if I missed anybody, it's probably because you said something like way long ago, and I'm trying to like dig through the chat to find you. But thank you so much for being here. Is the main point. You guys rock. I do these live after every Raw, SmackDown, NXT, pay-per-views, all that stuff. So and it's about 15 minutes after the show goes off the air. So if you want to be part of this, if you're watching this review after the fact, come on by. Come hang out with us. I do live streams for Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and all the pay-per-views, and then I do reviews afterwards as well. So come on, chill with us. And Nathan's in the house. Nathan Retta, I see you. I see you. So let's get into this. Let's not delay. There was an awful lot of, how do I put this? If you really, because I keep track of every match that happens. It's in the list of Gritico. All right. In the list of Gritico, keep track of every single. I know my writing wasn't good, but that's because the pen wasn't working. Okay, the pen. It was the pen's fault. It's not my fault. My handwriting is immaculate. There were only. Oh, okay. Can't be accidentally tapping the screen. I'm gonna time somebody out or something. There were only 1, 2, 3, 4. There were only 4 men's matches on Raw. and I think there was only like, if you count the Bayley thing, anyway, and there was only like 3 women's matches. So this was a very, very promo-filled Raw. It almost felt like a post-pay-per-view Raw with just how many people came out and just had something to say. Everybody had a mic in their hand. Everyone had a mic in their hand tonight, man. Even Braun Strowman cut like a fairly lengthy promo tonight. It was just really, really odd. It was like we're in some weird post pay-per-view wonderland or something. Very, very strange. At least Raw was better than the last 2 weeks, says Cameron. Raw was better than last week for sure. Oh yeah, at least it didn't seem like a rerun. At least it didn't seem like a rerun, but oh gosh, we're gonna get into it. Let me just get into this before I go off on a tangent. I just once again thank you everybody for being here. Let's start out with one of the most hyped things that happened tonight. They told us ahead of time. They said tonight Stephanie McMahon is gonna make an epic, historic announcement, and boy, were they not lying. I'm not even gonna tell you what it was. I'm just gonna let you guys listen in and you see what you think. Vince McMahon was out there first. He was like, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw." Oh, it was so awesome to see Vince. Yo, Vince, hang on a second. Hang on just a second. Before I do that, I gotta look at Vince real quick. Yo, Vince, dude, good stuff. You still got the pumpkin. Well, it's almost Halloween. Are you trying to say something with that pumpkin? Are you trying to say that? What are you trying to say with the pumpkin? I don't even know what you're trying to say. Yeah, I mean it's too late to put it away now. I mean it's way past Halloween. Yeah, you're right. Just like the way it looks. It smells like pumpkin spice. Oh, I can't smell it from over here. All I smell is your like very overpowering cologne. Anyway, Vince McMahon, dude, he's here. I always try to get him on the show. I didn't get him on the show earlier, so I had to step in. Good announcement tonight, by the way. All right, let's get back over here. I'm at Monday Night Raw, guys. Don't worry. I just got things. I'm sporting the whole Roman Reigns attire today. You guys see this? Look at these muscles. Sporting the whole. I got the muscles. I got the wrist, the gloves and the wristbands. I got the Roman Reigns shirt, dude. I was all ready for some Roman tonight. Let's find out about this announcement.
It's a giant team, and there is a bond
Triple H
that is
talking.
created when you're a WWE superstar. Bond when you step through those ropes and into this ring where you put your ultimate trust in someone else's hands. That bond is indescribable, and I've never seen that bond stronger than with the group of athletes that we have today. I'd like to ask all our women to please step forward on the stage.
A little odd to me that.
The
little odd
men that stand behind you, I want you to know how much they truly support you.
Oh, we found out how much the men really support them tonight too. Why is No Way Jose out here with no shirt on? Did he even have a match? I don't think he even had a match.
The WWE Universe. Well, you already know how much they support you. They show you every single night. They have supported you since day one, through history, through all of it, every moment, every first, from the first Iron Man match, to the first Money in the Bank ladder match, to the first Hell in the Cell, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber. They have supported you through all of it. Right through to every single main event that you have worked so hard to earn. We have stood in awe watching you. Some of us with a tear in our eye. As you have stolen the show again and again.
There was one lady in that crowd that was super loud.
You demanded more opportunities for the women in WWE. And you started a hashtag called Give Divas a Chance that trended worldwide for 3 days, igniting a revolution across our industry and opening doors for women that some of them had only dreamed of. Because of all of you, 30-second matches became main events. And because of all of you, divas became the superstars they were born to be. Because of all of you, we are able to stand here and make another first ever announcement. On October 28th, over 50 women, then, now, and forever, will participate in an event called Evolution. And that event, I am privileged to announce, will be the first ever all-women's pay-per-view.
There you go. The first all-women's pay-per-view has been announced for this October. It's called Evolution. And somebody asked me if Triple H came up with that name, and I think he did. Oh, man. Well, it already has a logo. It looks pretty cool. They said that every women's championship will be defended there. I'm not sure if they said NXT. I'm going to have to look into that. But I did hear that Raw and SmackDown. And also, it'll be the culmination, the final match of the Mae Young Classic. They're doing another Mae Young Classic. Man, the Mae Young Classic was one of the finest things I watched last year. I loved the Cruiserweight Classic, the Mae Young Classic. These things, I know the Cruiserweight Classic, I think, happened, is it 2 years ago at this point? I don't know, but hopefully to do another Cruiserweight Classic. I'd like to see them bolster the ranks of the people in 205 Live because it seems like the same people wrestle each other a lot. So I'd like to see some more people join 205 Live. But anyway, this is a great announcement. I think this is awesome. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. They've also announced that some legends from the past are going to be there. So altogether, must say they started off Raw with a bang. Very very feel good moment. All the women were on the stage. The men were behind them clapping and stuff. It was a very good show of camaraderie for the entire roster. And also, No Way Jose was not wearing a shirt for some strange reason. He was like, "Yo, where's the party at? Yo, what's it?" But also, as the show went on, you found out how much they are going to be plugging this because every single backstage segment, every time somebody grabbed a mic, they were like, "Oh, the women, they got this first ever thing." So they really, really drilled it into our heads that this is happening. I don't care. I'm just telling you what happened. They literally every single person who took the mic, except for maybe Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor even did it too. Oh, Finn Balor. This segment with Finn Balor backstage was so funny. But even Braun Strowman, he's like, "I gotta congratulate the women, but somebody's gonna get these hands." I don't know what he said, but I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. Oh my goodness. No way, Jose. Oh yeah, Gargano and Ciampa in the Cruiserweight uh, Classic was awesome. I loved it so much. So that was the opening of Raw. I was like, okay, this seems like a big deal, and it was. And then immediately after that, we got Elias, who, if you guys don't know, his album dropped today, and they were just giving. Michael Cole all night was telling like how high he was rising in the iTunes charts, and I think he got up to like number 4 on the iTunes charts. And iTunes is pretty dang. It's basically the premier place to get your music and pay for it, I guess. So that's pretty substantial. Elias came out and he's starting to play a little song, and he gets interrupted by Matt Hardy, and this is a running gag throughout the entire show. Every single time Elias comes out and he's about to play a song to tell people he's got a new album out, he gets interrupted. Just super duper. It got old after like the second time to me, but they just kept on doing it. He gets interrupted by Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt. They had a little backstage promo that was maybe like 20 seconds long before this match, and then the B team, they also had a backstage segment, and then they wrestled just a fairly rudimentary match. I was hoping that someone like Authors of Pain or the Revival would come out and mess up the match, and that we would get like a triple threat tag team match at SummerSlam for the Raw tag team titles between like Authors of Pain, the B team, and the Deleter of Worlds, or interchange Revival or any of those people. But no, they just wrestled like a fairly pedestrian match. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt lose the match. They lost their rematch clause title shot, and B team retains. The ending was very weird. The ending just saw like Bray Wyatt roll across the pin. Like, he wasn't involved in the pin. He rolled across the pin, which allowed Curtis Axel to like turn the pin over on Matt Hardy, and like super lackluster pin for the win. And so they retain off of just the weirdest, nowhere near the title the title rivalry that we saw with like the New Day versus the Usos, where every match seemed like the title was just the utter pinnacle of their life at that point. This seems so, just like I said, pedestrian. This match was just nothing to care about at all, and I don't think any of the people in the match felt any differently than I do right now. Like, it just seemed like eh. And it was. And then after the match, Matt Hardy's like, "Oh, that was wonderful. We lost," and then they kicked the crap out of the B team. So they got a little comeuppance, but it was just lackluster. Then we're backstage with Sasha Banks and Bayley. Um, Sasha Banks and Bayley. It's just weird, really weird and awkward. I don't know if Sasha Banks loves Bayley, like loves her, or like loves her like a girlfriend, or loves her like like a friend. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, and there's just hugging up a storm. They're so happy together. So happy together. They really are. Then they come out and they fight against two developmental talents or two local competitors, and they squash them in, I don't know, maybe like a minute. The match, it was a tag match with Sasha and Bayley, and that was it. And then afterwards, there's like this they're like looking at each other in the ring, and I'm like, are they gonna show like an on-screen kiss between these two right now? Because that would actually have shaken things up. Nah, they just like hug a bunch and then stand there, and then we go off. Like that was it. So it's not that I'm like rooting for a lesbian angle here. It's just do something, all right? Because they're once again putting Bayley and Sasha into that category where every time they show up, I'm like, here we go again. Like, do something is my point. Do something. All right. So I don't know. Why is Elias in the WWE? He should be on America's Got Talent. I hope it doesn't mean Matt will disappear, though. Yeah, me either. There was a point at the end of that match where it did look like Bray was going to turn on Matt Hardy, but they didn't. It might have just been the way I was looking at it. Some other people said that as well, that they thought that maybe he was going to turn. So I hope not. I don't think they've even been together long enough for a turn to matter too much, so I hope not. But yeah. But yeah, it's a storyline. I understand that they have boyfriends and all that stuff. I don't really care about what they're doing outside of the ring, or what they're doing off Monday Night Raw, unless they're like doing charity or something. I really don't care. Yeah, please, guys, keep the rumors and dirt sheet type stuff out of here, because honestly, like, the people who are feeding you this information at this point are just like, they're just clickbaiting you, and also they're getting fictitious information from the WWE on purpose. So you're actually giving your time and attention to a lot of people who don't know anything. They're just reading information off of a website, and then they're spitting it at you, and you're giving them like money and notoriety, and you're giving them views, and you instead of putting your attention towards people creating legitimate wrestling content, you're giving too much to the people who know nothing about what they're actually telling you. And tonight was a perfect example, because there was at least 10 people who came on my stream as soon as Monday Night Raw started. Hey man, did you hear there's going to be a tag team division? Oh, tag team division, tag team titles. There's a new belt. Oh, it's going to be a tag team belt. Stephanie's going to tell everybody about a tag team, tag team, tag team, tag teams, women's tag teams, guys, women's tag team wrestling, women's. They're getting. I was just sitting here like, obviously there's some sort of dirt sheet or rumor going around, and obviously it's being spread by the YouTube wrestling community. Just stop. Like, don't give these people your time or energy. They don't know anything, and the WWE just showed that they can literally keep a secret if they want to. And on top of that, they can spread misinformation, and the people that you're listening to, all they're doing is just making money off of not knowing anything. I would love the day that I could just get on the internet and talk about something I don't know about, and people will just give me money and give me views. I don't know. But actually, I wouldn't love that day, because then I wouldn't be proud of what I'm doing. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that subject. Stop the rumors, stop the spoilers, stop the dirt sheets. There is no women's tag team division, and if there was, it would probably be one of the worst ideas WWE could do for the women's division, because they don't have a deep enough roster. They don't have enough women on the roster who could be compelling in that state. You'd see the same 3 tag teams wrestling every single Monday Night Raw, every single SmackDown. They would trade a belt back and forth between 3 separate tag teams, and you would get so sick of seeing these women. Right, the roster ain't big enough, and on top of that, they're not even handling the men's division, the established division that's been doing that has had some of the greatest wrestling we've ever seen, like Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys and the Dudleys. Like, they're not even utilizing the men's tag team correctly at this moment. So that would be one of the worst decisions they could do. Okay, it'd be one of the worst decisions. So I'm telling you, don't believe everything you hear. And honestly, if the people who you're listening to led you astray, you got to start holding them accountable, man. Give them a strike one on that one, because that was a big strikeout for everybody trying to spoil. So anyway, Braun Strowman comes out. No, it was Elias. Elias came out again. He starts playing a song. Braun Strowman interrupts him. I liked the moment, because Elias actually got up from his chair and looked really scared. And then Braun walks past with his Monster in the Bank contract. He gets in the ring, and like I said before, he's like, "Oh, I'd like to congratulate the women, but somebody's gonna get these hands." So he didn't say that, but That's basically what he said. And then Kevin Owens comes out. Kevin Owens was very very brave. He came out talking a whole lot of trash um, to Braun Strowman here, and Braun Strowman was like, "Well, come down here and do something about it." And Kevin Owens was like, "No, this is just the beginning of your problems," which was kind of ominous. And then Baron Corbin came out, and then they introduced Jinder Mahal. They said Jinder Mahal is gonna like help you to release your anger and become at peace. Spoilers do suck the fun out of wrestling. That's why I don't allow them in my chat. I mean, there's 101 places you can use your spoilers and get into them if you want to, but it's not good for hype at all. So Jinder Mahal comes down to the ring with Sunil Singh with him, and they're trying to get Braun to Shanti, and Braun's like, "This is not working, but I have a mantra of my own. Close your eyes." He tells Jinder Mahal to close his eyes and Sunil Singh to close his eyes, and he's like, "My mantra goes like this: get these hands, get these hands," and the whole crowd starts chanting it, and you see Jinder's got his hands like this, but as Braun's chanting "get these hands," you see Jinder start to his fingers start to get like all weird. And he's like, wait a minute, what? And then Braun just smashes him. Braun running power slam Sunil Singh, and that was the end of that segment. It was really odd, but whatever. But it also delivered a storyline. It showed how much pull Kevin Owens actually has, because Kevin Owens, he had Constable Baron Corbin on his side. He had Jinder Mahal come out, and he also said that this is just the beginning of problems for Braun Strowman. So we didn't know what that meant at that point, but later on in the night, we saw Kevin Owens backstage with Stephanie McMahon. Do I have this? I do have this. Oh boy. This was one of the turning points for Raw, and this is one of the points that made it actually a kind of must-see Raw. Really brought it up a couple notches to me, just this one segment right here. So we're backstage with Stephanie McMahon, Kurt Angle, Constable Baron Corbin, and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is mad about Braun Strowman.
Steph, before you go, I wanted to bring Kevin Owens over here and see how you want to address this Braun Strowman situation.
First, I have to ask you, Kev. I mean, I was watching. Are you okay? That was unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm not well, Stephanie. I'll be honest. You know, the doctors and the physical therapists, they've been great to me, but life's been hard with this Braun Strowman vendetta against me. A vendetta, might I add, that he has willfully and gleefully allowed.
Yeah, Kurt's really let this thing run out of control, and this anger management thing, it didn't work.
No, you know what Braun Strowman did at Extreme Rules? Throw me 20 feet from the top of that cage. That was wrong. It wasn't just wrong, it was dangerous. It could have ended my career. You know, look, Braun Strowman tried to take everything away from me. And all I want is a chance to take everything away from him.
Wait a minute, you want to face Braun again?
Yeah, I do. At SummerSlam, under one condition. If I win, when I win, and when Braun Strowman loses, I get the Money in the Bank contract. And I'm saying it doesn't matter how Braun Strowman loses. It doesn't matter if I pin him, if he taps, if he gets counted out, if he gets disqualified. Regardless of the way he loses, I get the Money in the Bank contract.
That's absurd.
Actually, Kurt, I kind of like it. Congratulations, Kevin. Got your match.
He goes in for a hug. And he hugs Baron Corbin. So, my goodness. Kevin's plans are starting to come together now. Kevin Owens just secured himself a match versus Braun Strowman at SummerSlam, where no matter how he wins, if he wins that match, he becomes the new Money in the Bank holder. It's a good way to bring some extra drama to SummerSlam. It also makes it so that next week when Brock shows up, I wonder if Braun is just going to be like, he's not getting his contract. He's getting these hands, and he cashes in versus Brock, because Brock will be at Raw next week, guys. Hopefully you'll tune in and hang out with me for that. I think that's going to be a crazy Raw right there. The first time Brock has been on Raw in like how many months? I don't even know, man. I have no idea. Not that it's like anything too crazy when Brock shows up on Raw normally. He just kind of bounces around and smiles as Paul Heyman says everything next to him. But maybe this Raw will be different, and maybe we'll see a cash in just to get it out of his hands. Or maybe he'll try to cash in, but Kevin Owens will mess him over. Oh, that would be crazy. I don't know. There's so many things that could happen here. There's so many things that could happen. This is intriguing. This is fun. This is good. This is what Raw should be doing. And this is what made this episode of Raw even more must-see. Besides the announcement of the first ever all-women's pay-per-view by WWE, they also had this. This was good stuff right here. This is stuff that made it a compelling episode. And then right after that, we got Mickie James versus Natalya, two of the better women's wrestlers on the roster. And Mickie James picked up the win off the Alexa Bliss distraction, basically. Mickie James wins with a super kick. And in a match that was just, these two put together a pretty good contest whenever they're in the ring, but it just didn't really pique my interest too much. There was no Ronda Rousey sighting, so Ronda Rousey has secured herself the title match at SummerSlam versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. So I think that's good. Ready? Does Owens beat Braun? I don't know. Man. I have to see what the build is like, but it's just so unpredictable. I just can't wait. Man. I can't wait to find out. If Owens wins, I'm only watching SmackDown. What if Owens wins and then I just put Braun in the match with Brock Lesnar? Because honestly, with Braun's record, he should be far and away the number one contender for the Universal title at this point. The fact that he has that title, the fact that he has the Money in the Bank, I think is the only reason he's not number one contender. Like they can't say you're number one contender and you got this, because then it boxes out a lot of other people that could be get some positive attention by being the next who could possibly face Brock Lesnar, which we found out tonight who it's going to be. I'll be telling you guys about that in a second. So I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of people are threatening to never watch Raw again tonight. It's kind of funny to me. You'll be back. All right, so after the Mickie James versus Natalya match, where Mickie James won with a super cake, the Authors of Pain came out. They got in the ring to cut a promo, and they said, "Give us somebody to fight, anybody but Titus Worldwide." And then all of a sudden, Titus Worldwide's music comes on, and Titus and Apollo walk down to the ring, cutting a promo on the Authors of Pain, and then it's a promo about like, you got a lot to learn. You're two of the best on the roster, but you're also two of the youngest, and Titus knows things, and he's been around for a while, and Authors of Pain are like, yeah, there's something you can do for us. You can get out of our way. And then Titus is like, you know what? That's it. And he jumps them. Apollo and Titus jump the Authors of Pain and send them running. Like literally not running, but they send them like, you know how people retreat after they get beat down just a little bit? That's what the Authors of Pain did here. I don't get it. I really don't. I hope this is not like supposed to be a major feud for SummerSlam or something, because I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it at all. This was very much the turning point for Raw, for me. This Raw started going, even though there was some valleys, like the B team match and stuff. It didn't go for me. It just kind of like stayed above water. But this is what put it into the below sea level. All right. I did not like this segment whatsoever. You already have a tag team problem on Monday Night Raw, and well, I wouldn't say as much on SmackDown, but yeah, SmackDown has a tag team problem as well. They're just not booked correctly. And then this was like, you take one of the strongest, most devastating, most fear-inspiring tag teams on your roster, period, and you reduce them to running away from Titus Worldwide. Not that I don't like Titus Worldwide. It's just, man, we already saw them get smashed. So what are they running from? They even had their vests on, man. They had extra armor in this match, or in this promo. I don't know what the authors of pain are doing here, but anyway, sorry to harp on it, but that's just, I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling it. Let me play these donations right here. We got some super chats. We got one from WWE Champ. It's gonna show up. It's not showing up. Where the heck is it? Do I got my YouTube Streamlabs? Streamlabs, YouTube, where are you? Did I delete it? Where the heck is it? Alright, I'm gonna have to play that one again. Let me, let's do the browser. Alright. YouTube Streamlabs. Alright, could have sworn this was already here, but let's try that again. Let's try that again. If I can do it. Alright, so we got one from, there you go, KatanaPwnzAll. Heck yeah, agreed, thank you. I'm glad somebody agrees, because that is, aye. Katana's the best in the world. Guys, did you know this? And WWE Champ is also one of the best in the world. Is it going to work? WWE Champ's things have been all kinds of screwy tonight. It's going to work eventually, man. I'm going to get it. I don't know. Super chats, donations, they're the same thing to me. They're both people giving up money to support the saga, so they're very much appreciated. KatanaPwnzAll, thank you so much, and also WWE Champ, thank you for your couple of these. Is this gonna play or what? It's not gonna play. What about this one? No. What about this one? There we go. All right. It's not the right one, but WWE Champ, thank you so much. Thank you. Katana and WWE Champ coming through during the pre-stream, actually, during the part where I was making sure everything was set up correctly. I wanted to make sure that I got around to those. Thank you so much, guys. So after the super weird segment with the Authors of Pain, we got Tyler Breeze, guys. 2 weeks in a row we've seen Tyler Breeze, which also means that that's one more week in a row than we've seen Ty Dillinger recently. So Tyler Breeze may have made a good move. Going over to Monday Night Raw. At least he's getting some action, but I don't think he wanted this type of action that he got tonight. He ran into a vicious Mojo Rawley who just cleaned his clock, man. He rocked him. But Tyler Breeze had a few good shining moments here. He didn't go down as easily as some of the other people that Mojo has had to face recently, and I like that. I like that they're making Tyler Breeze look like a presentable athlete. They're not just letting him get squashed in 2 seconds. But this was by no means a great match. This was short and quick, but Tyler Breeze did show some of those sparks of, hey, this guy is still a good wrestler. He's a great wrestler to me, man. I remember his NXT tenure, and I also remember when him and Fandango were like this close to being tag team champions. They were getting cheered by everybody. They had that match against the Usos where like Tyler Breeze dressed up as somebody's grandma. So weird. But anyway, Mojo Rawley destroys Tyler Breeze in a just meh match. Then we got Finn Balor. Oh man, this segment that Finn Balor had backstage. Baron Corbin. They saw Finn Balor backstage. They saw a bunch of people like moving Finn Balor's stuff. He's like, "Isn't that my briefcase?" There's a bunch of people just moving Finn Balor's stuff, his jacket, and all that stuff. And he's like, "What's going on?" And they told him, they're like, "Constable Baron Corbin says that you get to have your own locker room. He's moving you." And so they walk down the hallway a little bit, and Finn Balor is presented with this new locker room. It's got his shirt on the door, but it's like one of those like Barbie Playhouse type things where like little girls can like fit in it, but like a grown man probably couldn't unless he like contorted himself or he's some sort of magician. Oh, it was so funny, man. So they present I actually think this is being done better than the Daniel Bryan and Big Cass thing that we had before, where Big Cass was like, "Oh, you're a small guy. I don't like small guys." I actually think this is being done a little bit better because of just this segment alone. Uh, just presented him with his own dollhouse to use as his locker room, and it had his shirt on the door and everything. But of course, Smiley Finn, instead of getting upset, he's just smiling about it. He's like, "Oh, thank you. I always wanted one of these or something." It's like, "What the heck, dude? Little kid's red house." It's ridiculous, man. Mojo needs a stable. That would be cool. But remember, they split him off from Zack Ryder. I don't know why they did that, but it hasn't done wonders for either of them, really. But oh well. So next up, we had Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. The match was pretty good. Of course, both of these guys they're good wrestlers, and Drew McIntyre is a freaking monster, man. I hope so badly to see a belt around Drew McIntyre's waist before the end of the year. I mean, it's not like I need it to happen, but I would like very, very much to see Drew McIntyre being a dominant champion on the main roster. If not the Intercontinental Championship, maybe the Universal Championship, or the tag team titles. Man, they're obviously a dedicated tag team, so Dolph and Drew could maybe do that. But hey, come to think of it, this match is super predictable. Super predictable. All right, so Finn Balor goes up top. He's about to get the coup de grace on Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler interrupts. He causes his disqualification win for Finn Balor by pulling his leg off the rope, so he racks himself. Then they start beating down. Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler start beating him down, and then Seth Rollins comes out to save him. I don't understand this part. This is another part where I started to dip a little bit below because I'm like, this doesn't make much sense. And the announce team was like, "Oh, it's mutual respect. Oh, they respect each other." Yeah. The Revival needs a title shot, dude. That's what I was saying. I was saying that I was hoping that the Revival would come out and mess up the B team's rematch with the Deleter of Worlds or Authors of Pain, but no Revival cited tonight. No Revival at all. So Seth Rollins comes out and saves Finn Balor for some reason. I guess these two have forgotten their heated rivalry that happened before, when Seth Rollins was looking around for the demon backstage and all that. Remember that, guys? Remember that? I guess they just mutually respect each other now for some reason. And Finn is gonna put his stuff on the line. I mean, maybe it's more of like a get a hold of Dolph Ziggler type of thing. I guess that'd make sense a little bit more. But still, I wouldn't be saving anybody. I'd wait. So Kurt Angle appears, is like, "Let's make this a tag team, playa." So it turns into a tag team, playa, and Seth Rollins and Finn Balor win. The ending exchange here was fantastic, dude. Drew McIntyre puts Seth Rollins up in a electric chair type of position and goes over to the corner with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler gets up on the top rope like they're going to perform something incredible. And the thing is Drew McIntyre tags Dolph to be the legal man a little bit. So Seth reverses this by doing a incredible. Oh, and also Finn had a really cool move, but he did an incredible Rana that takes Drew out of the ring, and then Dolph crashes to the mat as he's getting up out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere because you saw it coming, but comes the curb stomp from Seth, and Seth and Finn win this tag team match. I do want to definitely talk about Finn Balor's moveset here. He showed off something today that I've never seen him do. He did like this crazy like hurricane DDT. He was going all over Drew's body. He was all over Drew's body until Crack hits him with this DDT. It was beautiful, man. You can go back and watch that. You should definitely, if you're not gonna do it, you should think about it. If you are gonna do it, good job, because that was even the announce team was like, "Oh, he's reaching deep into his repertoire," and I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, "Whoa!" Normally, I don't see anything new from Finn Balor, so this was very nice. That was good. I thought you injured your hand. No, this is my Roman Reigns punching glove. Okay, Roman Reigns. It's to match my shirt. I'm all Roman Reigns out today. People are probably going to be so mad. People probably tune out as soon as they see this review. People are so heated tonight. Man, I got people like swearing, and people were, oh man, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. We're almost there. Next up, Ember Moon comes out, and no, Ember Moon's backstage. She says, I'm going to, well, actually, she was in the ring, and then they showed a promo of her earlier, and I was just talking about how her promos are a little too by the books, and just they don't match her look really to me. She seems all mystical and like she's a werewolf or something. Her entrance is so good. Her in ring is incredible, off the charts. She's one of the best women they got. And then on the mic, she's always like, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna prove to people that I know how to fight. Fighting's what I do. And it's like, come on. That's like at McDonald's when they're like, you want fries with that? It's like it's that routine. It's like, dude, come on, you got do something else. All right, ask me something else. Ask me, do I want a baked potato, just to mix it up? And then I'm like, baked potato, you guys got that? Like, nah, we got fries though. And then I'd be like, oh man, that's cool, thank you. You just made my day a little different at McDonald's. This was good though. She actually cut a promo here that had a little bit of swag to it, I want to call it. Like she was talking like she was confident, and like she had a plan, and that there was just something else, like some other like spirit with her or something. I liked it. I'm reading way too much into it, but I'm just trying to tell you that's how much it rattles me whenever she gets on the mic, because there's such a difference between her in-ring presentation and her entrance and her moveset and her promo work. But tonight it was good. So props to Ember Moon. She wins against Liv Morgan. She delivered probably the worst Eclipse I've seen, and not worst in a good way. Like, oh man, it was crazy. It was the worst ever. No, it was actually just not very good. She like dove at her extra low, and just like Liv Morgan had to like put her head almost into the mat to like sell it. It just didn't look very great. But the match was all right. Liv Morgan got in a lot more offense than I would have expected, and that's that. That's about it. Ember Moon wins against Liv Morgan. Elias comes out again, and he wants to sing a song. I think this is where Kurt Angle came out and was like, I'm not here to interrupt you, but that's exactly what he did. He said, no, you go ahead and you do your song. And that was about it, because then Bobby Lashley came out and interrupted him. So Bobby Lashley comes down to the ring, and it is main event time, guys. It's the Big Dog versus Bobby Lashley. What happened to Finn's shoulder? Oh, they said that it happened last week in the triple threat match. Yeah, Finn had a heck of a bruise. Roman Reigns had a bruise on his eye, it looked like. And I think Adam Bomb said he had a bruise on his eye too. So I think I was looking right. And Finn Balor had a bruise, and they said that it was from last week's match. So I don't know. Maybe it happened at a live show, but we'll see. Greer anyone. WWE says we do not take ideas. What? What are you talking about? Oh yeah. All right. So what else? Ember Moon comments. I'm just saying. I love her. I love her. Her presentation. Pretty much everything about her. And now it seems like they're actually working on her promos to kind of match up. So it's good. Roman Reigns comes out to thunderous boos and maybe some fake cheers. Some of these cheers sounded a little bit weird. And we get our main event. Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns. And once again, the match starts out, and it just seems like these two are just trying to have a good contest. And it makes me wonder where all that fire and fury and just viciousness from just a few weeks ago, where it took the entire locker room to pull these two apart, and they still couldn't do it. They come out here tonight, and once again, the match starts off, and I understand a build. I understand telling a story, but like when you've spent that time and you've spent those resources already, we already know the story. The story is they don't like each other at all, and they wanted to tear each other apart. So you already got the story told. You shouldn't be telling the whole story again from square one in a match where Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns are just like, they might as well just shake hands before the battle and be like, all right, let's have ourselves a good contest. And then they put up their dukes like old school fighting. Like, come on, let me at him. Yeah. They might as well do that, because like there was no vicious, there was no intensity, there was nothing like that from either of these guys until like halfway through the match. I don't understand a slow build when you've already used the entire locker room to tell the story that these guys hate each other. Didn't make any sense. Irish is a fan of Blue Ton Morgan. I don't dislike Liv Morgan. I just I don't think she should be going toe to toe with Ember Moon in like a super presentable fashion where it looks like she's gonna win and stuff. I mean, I understand making a match compelling, but I just don't. I don't think that Liv and Ember should be presented as like equals, and just one of them got kind of lucky. And, I don't like that. So there was a spot in this match where it looked like Roman was going to do the attitude adjustment again, where he attitude adjusted Bobby Lashley out of the ring at Extreme Rules, but Bobby Lashley found a way to land on the apron. There was a spear that Bobby Lashley did that was excellent. Okay, I had problems with this spear he did at Extreme Rules. I likened it to a actual Spartan spear, okay? A spear from the movie 300. You know the spear that they could like throw, and it was such a devastating spear and so much power behind it. They threw it in the movie 300 and it like speared through two guys and sent them flying. That's the spear that I expected, and at Extreme Rules I got like a toothpick being flicked at somebody like Razor Ramon style, like just a toothpick. It's the difference between that spear and the toothpick. But tonight, whew, Bobby Lashley hit Roman Reigns with a spear so devastating that Bobby Lashley did a front flip. Okay, think about this. The guy doing the spear did a front flip. He hit him so hard. They must have told him something backstage, like, dude, you better hit this dude, all right? He's wearing a vest. It's all good, man. Just hit him. Do the freaking spear. So tonight, Bobby Lashley was like, all right, I'm gonna get you. And he destroyed Roman Reigns with this spear. It went for the pin, but Roman Reigns kicked out. So weird that Roman Reigns can kick out of 5 F5s. Then he loses to the most lackluster spear I've seen this year. And then he kicks out of like the best spear I've seen this year. What's going on here? I don't know. The match continues. I think there was 3 Superman punches. That's the gloves. This is Spirta. Yes, this is Spirta. Cartoon style fighting. Let me at him. Yeah. Like that's what it should have started out like. That would have been pretty funny actually. So Roman Reigns, oh my god, dude. Okay, so Bobby Lashley looks like he's gonna do a spear. Roman Reigns does like a leaping gazelle knee. That just looked really weird, but I think he might have went for the Superman punch. It just didn't look like it connected at all. It looked really strange. Just some miscommunication on their part. And then Roman Reigns bounces off the ropes. As soon as Roman Reigns hits the ropes and then spears you, that's something major. And he did that here. He actually came off the ropes. Remember at WrestleMania, the one where Seth cashed in his Money in the Bank? Roman Reigns, like, he went off the ropes twice to spear Brock Lesnar. So he means business if he's bouncing off ropes when he does it. And he spears the heck out of Bobby Lashley. 1, 2, 3, game over. The person moving on to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship is Roman Reigns. And then, after the match, I don't know if they muted the crowd or whatever, but the crowd didn't seem too upset about it. Maybe they're just like, whatever. Or maybe they already were like getting up to leave, or I don't know. Crowd didn't seem too upset. I expected to hear like the most thunderous boos, man. I expected it to hear Thor's favorite alcohol, thunderous boos. Okay, that's what I expected to hear. Thor's most favorite alcohol, but I heard no thunderous boos. It's like the crowd was just like, yeah, whatever. It's just Roman, it's fine. Then they shake hands. They literally shake hands after the match. After the pull-apart brawl. What was it, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Something like that? Within the span of less than a month, these two have gone from wanting to rip each other's head off to shaking hands and walking out of a ring. They might as well have done the Bayley and Sasha and hugged it up. I just don't get it, man. Some of this is where it was just like, oh, and everybody was mad. Everybody was heated in the chat. I was sitting here like, hey, man, whatever. So hopefully, because they have a couple weeks before SummerSlam, hopefully they'll find a way to make the match more interesting, because I was talking about it pretty much every hour on the hour during Raw that I don't want to see Roman Reigns versus Brock again. Adam Bomb said, well, he promises he's going to win this time. He was joking, but oh gosh, man, it feels like, what the heck? It makes no sense. What was the loss at Extreme Rules for then? Why did we have that match at Extreme Rules that had no number one contendership on it? Then we have a number one contendership match after Extreme Rules where Roman wins. Did he just not care until the title was in it? I just don't get it, man. I really don't. Yeah, they shook hands. They did. Yep, they did. They shook hands. This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. It makes not a sense. I don't get it. But anyway. That was your Monday Night Raw. Next week we will be seeing Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw, so hopefully that will give us hopefully we get a cash in. I would just love it if Braun just comes out there and cashes in and just wins the Universal title. That would really throw a monkey wrench in everything. But I'd love it. I would love it. And then also that would put Kevin Owens in the Universal title picture, because Kevin Owens was already guaranteed a match versus Braun Strowman at SummerSlam. So maybe he'd have a guaranteed match at SummerSlam for the Universal title, and then it'd be Braun versus Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns versus Brock, maybe, if he's going to be there. I don't know. They already said Brock will be there, so I don't know. There's a couple ways they could make this very interesting, instead of just Roman versus Brock. I mean, I'll watch it, of course, but it's not something that I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. I do believe that Roman Reigns should be Universal Champion right now anyway. So it might just be like a makeup period or something. Overall, I'm going to give this Raw about a 7.5. I don't think it was super fantastic. The women's announcement really helped it. The Kevin Owens segments always help. The Finn Balor segment was good. There was some okay wrestling here, especially the tag team match that Finn and Seth against Dolph and Drew. Ember Moon and Liv Morgan had an okay match. I mean, it wasn't anything too spectacular. And then the final match, I actually liked this match with Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns. It was not a bad match. It showed some intensity, but it just took a while to get it started, and I'm like, why? So yeah, I'm giving it about a 7.5. I think it could have been better if the B team match would have been more of like a hard hitting affair, not so much of like a who cares type of thing. And then also the Natalya versus Mickie James match, I think they could have definitely done something a little better there. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know, man. Just because she's friends with Ronda, that's a replacement now? I don't get it. No Nia Jax, and Alexa Bliss didn't get a match, and there was no Revival. We did see Chad Gable backstage, which was a surprise. And Elias just kept getting interrupted. Yeah, just say it like 7.5. 7.5 is about it. 7.5 is about it. Just strange stuff. All right, now's the time I'm going to ask my chat, the people who are live in the chat. What did you think? What was your rating? What would you give it out of 10? All of Team Gritty in the chat. I want to know what you think. Out of 10, what would you give it? Also, if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, you can always give me your opinion in the comment section. I'd love to see you come out for the SmackDown review I'm doing tomorrow, or the SmackDown live stream. We had over 200 people in the live stream today. It was very fun. You had to wrench a few heads because some people just really want to spoil events, even with fictitious, not fictitious, but completely wrong spoilers that they read off of some dirt sheet that they probably shouldn't read anymore because they're getting led astray. Let's see. Joe Hardaway says 10. Yeah, Joe Hardaway, I'm sure you do say 10 because they almost announced something that would make it so you wouldn't have been with us any longer, man. I'm glad that your information was also inaccurate, because I like having you around, dude. Just let that be a lesson, because, dude, like I said, you already had your one warning. I really would rather have you around, dude. So Just make sure you keep all that dirt sheet stuff out of here. Don't try to disguise it either, because as you know, I ain't having it. CB Gaming says 8 out of 10. I like it. Greg Cleary says 6 out of 10. 5. Donk says 5. They're reworking all the Extreme Rules feuds. That is true. That is true. They are kind of rerunning things, but at least it had some forward momentum. But you are correct about that. Klaxosaur says 8 out of 10. Cameron says 7 out of 10. Iris says 1.5 hours to go. Oh, I thought he was saying 1.5. I was like, dang, you haven't even seen it yet, and you already don't like it. All right, Greg has upgraded himself to an 8. He says, nah, 8. Gritty Nitus, yes. Adam Baum says 8 out of 10. Yeah, right around there. I'd say our average is somewhere around like a 7.75, 7.8 maybe. I'd say it's about probably like a 7.75, all of our averages added together. Just off the top of my head. I'm sure if I actually sat here and did the match, or actually did the math, it would be different. You don't like them giving Owens that shot? Yeah, it's a little weird, but it does bring some. It gives them a chance to switch things up and make it not so expectable, you know. So we shall see, man. We shall see. Kid Phantom says 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Yeah. See, we're about the same spot between all of us. It was not a bad Raw, and it did have a historic announcement. It did have some good stuff. So altogether, I'd say pretty okay. I'd say definitely watch it. If you missed it, you definitely missed something. I'll say that. Gosh, man, I was planning on getting on Twitch this evening, but I'm dead tired, guys. Very tired. I did a 10-hour marathon yesterday, and also this, and also I didn't get a whole lot of sleep, man. So I think I'm gonna call it a night, especially since I tend to stay up pretty late on Mondays. I guess Raw just gets me hype, makes me stay up really late. Got to get some rest. So I'll be back at you guys with SmackDown Live tomorrow. Maybe 205 Live. I don't know about 205 Live, guys. We'll see. I might test it out. And also, of course, Grapple Chat. If I don't do 205 Live, Grapple Chat will be happening right after. But if I do 205 Live, Grapple Chat will be happening after 205 Live, obviously. I'm not sure if I'll actually recap 205 Live, though. I don't know. I don't know what the format's going to be there. So we might just try it out to see if people turn up for it. I would like that. Very much like that. What else? I just put up a pretty cool look at the new Tomb Raider, guys. If you have not already checked that out, please make sure to check that out. It's doing pretty well on the channel, too. So maybe people are looking forward to that new Tomb Raider. I might have to look into playing that. Also, I'll probably be working on getting the first part of my Need for Speed playthrough up on YouTube tonight as well. So there's no rest for the gritty. It's just, I think I'm going to take it easy on live streaming and just sit here and Photoshop and get something to eat and get myself some good rest. That way I can come back at you tomorrow with some epicness. Second City says 7 out of 10. If not for Owens, it's 8 out of 10. I see you. Evolution should be good. Yeah, that is the name of the pay-per-view that's coming up October. Isn't that Super Show in October as well? The one that they're doing in Australia. I wonder if they're gonna happen like back to back or something. I gotta check out the schedule. We'll have to see, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for the Monday Night Raw Hangout, guys. The live stream was awesome. One of the most successful Monday Night Raws I've ever done. So I appreciate more and more people showing up. We're growing this into an incredible community full of people of different ages, races, likes, dislikes. It's exactly what wrestling should be. It should be something that brings people together, and whether or not you like the outcomes, we can all at the end of the day be like, hey man, that was pretty cool, and those people did go out there and risk their necks to entertain us. So thank you guys for coming out here and risking your necks, because we'll tighten you up with these wrenches. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you for all the people who donated. Thank you all the people who gave super chats. Thank you everybody who got in on the Boss Rumble. We got Ricky Gray up in the Boss Rumble. We got Oh gosh, man. We got the WWE champ in there. We got everybody. We got everybody. We got Finish in there. We got Kendrick. We got Katana. Katana, you need to pick another superstar as well. You just earned yourself another pick. So if you have a Twitter, you could tweet your pick to me, and I'll let you know if it's taken or not. Appreciate you guys very much. Lots of events happen in October. Heck yeah. October will be the best month. Oh, I thought you were saying it because like it might be like your birthday month or something. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a good evening. I hope you you get some rest and some good food, just like I'm gonna try to do. And also, hope you guys will stay safe in the meantime. Do something nice for somebody else. Make somebody's day. I'll catch you guys next time. Freddie Arbin and Grapple Chat out.